cold, cold Monday here in London. Hope you're doing great. My topic today is very exciting, right? It's called How to Build a Global Business Empire. Right? How do you build a global business empire? I'd like you to tell me your name and the city you're joining me from. Also, kindly share this video with as many people. Get everybody in here. So I want to have a very fantastic conversation. So I've had a lot of people say to me that, Stephen, how do I take my business global? How do I, what does it feel like? Welcome all of you. Welcome. I don't know what's going on. The network keeps freezing, but hey, how do you build a global empire? So I'll start by giving the first point, which is have a universally needed product or services. I want everybody to help me type it. Number one, have a universally needed product or services. Somebody help me type it again. Have a universally needed product or services. So one of the things I realized, some of us start business, and because that's at the time we started our company, we were not thinking global. Many of us started our company thinking survival, right? We hated our bosses. Anybody like that? They fired you at work and you made up your mind you're going to build your own empire and you're going to do it better. And that's how some of us started business. Some started business out of the fact that, hey, they couldn't get a job, and so they needed to do something instead of sitting at home. However, at the point you now need to go global, you need to think of a product and a services that is universally needed. Okay? And sometimes you already have a product that is universally needed. Sometimes you need to do some tweaking to now make your product and services universally needed, right? Something that it will be needed in the UK the same way it's needed in US, the same way it's needed in Ghana or Kenya. Okay? So have a universally needed product or service. And this is very, very important. So it means some of us need to do a few work to retweak what we do, to retool what we do, and structure it in a way that it can be needed outside of the environment where we started the business in the first place. I hope this makes sense. If it makes sense, type it makes sense. So that's the first point to building a global empire. Number two, have a universally valid vision. Okay? Have a universally valid vision. And universally valid is very important because sometimes you can have a vision that is myopic, that is ethnic, that is religious, okay? And there's nothing wrong with religion, but I would rather take spirituality than religion because everybody needs spirituality. So you need to have a vision that's global, a vision that is universal, and you need to be able to communicate that vision with the people. I tell people that the beginning of leadership is well communicated vision. Leadership begins, okay, when you are able to effectively communicate a global, long-lasting vision. That's where leadership begins, because leadership is actually the process of taking people from where they are to where they need to be. Okay? Leadership is a journey. That's why the word lead. And you that you're leading them, you have to be ahead. You have to be able to see it before others are seeing it, right? The dream has to be real to you. I remember the story of Disney, just similar to the Katy project I'm working on in the US, right? And while Disney needed to build Disney World, he needed money. He had to keep going around trying to raise the funds. The same way I'm trying to raise funds for our US Katy project. I need $150 million. I have institutional funders who are going to be giving us $105 million. So I'm trying to raise $45 million. The same way while Disney was going about trying to raise funds. In the process, he died. But the vision, visions don't die. Everybody type, visions don't die. Okay? You see, the visioneer can die, but true global lasting vision, eternally destined vision, they don't die. Okay? And that's what happened to the Disney World. The visioneer died, but the vision came to pass. And on the day they were commissioning the Disney World, one of his friends said, "Oh, how I wish Walt Disney is alive to see this beautiful vision." And when it was the turn of his wife to speak, the wife said, "No, he saw it first. You and I are just seeing what he saw." And it reminds me of the death of Herbert Wigwe, who had started the vision of Wigwe University. How many of you heard of Wigwe University? Right? How many of you? If you have heard of Wigwe University, just type "I have." If you have not typed "I haven't." Now, Herbert died in a helicopter crash with his wife and his first son. But he had a clear vision. And I remember the president of the Wigwe University speaking of how Herbert shopped him from the US. He was the president of a university in the US. And Herbert told him, "I need you to help me build something great in Africa. I want an Ivy League university, and we must do it right." And the funny thing is that imagine when Wigwe University eventually become a reality, for you to be telling somebody, okay, that, "Oh, how I wish Herbert is alive to see this university." No, you're wrong, because Herbert saw the university before anybody else. So visions don't die. Visionaries can die, but visions don't die. So if you want to build a global business empire, you must be a visionary. Okay? You must communicate the vision effectively. And it has to be a global vision. It has to be a vision that makes sense anywhere in the world. Anywhere you deploy the implementation of your vision, anywhere in the world, it has to be something, that can be valid anywhere in the world. If this makes sense, everybody type "makes sense, makes sense." Come on, talk to me. So I'm sharing today. Welcome everyone. Please keep sharing this video and invite more people. I'm sharing on how to build a global business empire. And the first point is that you need to have a universally needed product and services. The second point, you need to have a global vision, right? Because leadership begins when a leader effectively communicates a vision, a place, a journey that we need to go, and is asking the people, "Can you go with me? I am going to this place. I'm taking this journey. Can you go with me?" I'm already communicating with so many people. I'm building the largest green and smart home in America, Katy, Texas. Can you join me? Can you invest with me? Can you join me in that journey? That is how leadership begins. You have a vision. It's global. You communicate it. Okay? And those who follow you now call you a leader. Are you ready for number 3 point? How to build a global business empire. If you're ready for the third point, type "I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready." Come on, talk to me, guys. If you're ready for the third point, how to build a global business empire. That's what we're talking about. You know, it may be a bit noisy. I just love to take a walk. It's good for my health. And to make it productive, I love using that period to share and to teach. So number 3 thing, which is very, very important, is that you have to pray. Okay? And I'm not trying to preach to you at this point. If you're a Muslim, pray to your maker. If you're a Christian like me, pray to Jesus. Right? But there's a place of the spirituality, or the place of being spiritual in execution, in building an empire. You know, I've had to look at different people who have built massive empire globally. And one thing I noticed, ladies and gentlemen, is that many of them are not religious, right? There's a difference between spirituality and religion. They are not religious, but they believe in something, okay? And there were moments in their lives where they had to call on what they believe. I've always said that everybody is using something. If you don't use something, they will use it for something, right? So you have to believe in something. You have to be able to call on something. The place of prayer, praying to whatever you believe in, is very critical in building a global empire. I hope this makes sense. Very, very important. You have to believe in something, and you have to learn to pray to that thing you believe in. Because there will always be seasons where things will happen to you that you can't explain. There will be seasons that will test you. Your ideas will be tested. Your vision will be tested. Your faith will be tested. In the process of building your global empire, things will happen that will shake you. So the place of being spiritual keeps you going. People will cheat you. People will steal from you. People will backbite you. You will help people. They will come back as though they have amnesia and fight you. The same people you fed. Right? So if you don't have a strong spiritual roots, you're just going to run mad. Okay? Things are going to happen. You just like, dude, what's going on? So you have to pray. Everybody type, number 3, I have to pray to build an empire. Come on, talk to me. Everybody type it. I have to pray to build an empire. Like I said, pray to whatever you believe. So I'm not here to force you to believe in what I believe. Right? But it's important to pray. Come on, everybody type, I must pray. Number 3. Number 4, which is very, very important, is that you need to pursue the vision. You know, you need to pursue the vision. A lot of us love to talk about vision, but there's no pursuit. And I've seen that with a lot of people. Dr. Stephen, I'm planning to. I have an idea. I'm coming up with something. And I'm like, you know what? I don't care. Let me say this, and this is very important. Now, you don't need to believe in what I'm saying, but it has worked for me. I respect people who execute an idea badly than those who don't even execute an idea at all. Let me say this again. I respect greatly people who execute ideas badly, okay, than those who don't even execute at all. Any vision that you don't pursue is a fantasy. It's like wanting to build a house and then they design the model of the house, right? You got an architect to send you the 3D or the model of the house, and all you're doing is to jump and smile. Oh, I have this beautiful house. See the beautiful house. No, that's not how you build a house. You have to do the dirty job. Buy a land, right? Start digging the ground. Start construction. It's dirty, it's messy. You'll be there for years. Okay? Sometimes you're there 18 months. Okay, and everything looks senseless. Sometimes you've put in 6 months, and people will come to the site of your construction, and it looks as if you've not done anything. Right? I've seen some of our sites that sometimes I'll be like, can anybody believe that 500 million naira has gone on this site? You know, because it doesn't even look like you spend that much. Because most of what you put money in, it's not even that obvious. Right? And I'm just saying to myself, can anybody believe this much has gone? Are we learning, guys? If you're learning, type, I'm learning. I'm not seeing your comments again. I want to be sure that this is going fine. Are we learning? If we're learning, type, I'm learning. So pursue the vision. Okay, pursue the vision. How to build a global business empire. Okay, number 1, have a universally needed product or service. Number 2, okay, communicate a global vision and raise a team as a leader. Number 3, pray. Number 4, pursue the vision, because the vision ain't gonna do itself. Somebody has to chase that vision. Somebody has to make that vision come true. Somebody has to do the dirty work. Somebody has to put in the work, and you better do it. So pursue the vision if you want it to come to pass. Number 5, be patient. Everybody type, be patient. The vision is for an appointed time. Okay? Though it tarries, it shall speak. You know, and I understand a lot of young people struggle to understand this aspect of life. A lot of young people struggle with this one. You know, Dr. Stephen, I don't understand what you mean. What do you mean by I should be patient? Yes, things takes time. Everybody type it T. Things takes time. Anything great will take time. Anything great will take time. You have to master the art of patience. You have to. And I think it's what the elderly now know. You know, after you've lived 60 years on earth, 70 years on earth, you begin to learn the power of patience. You just have to learn to be patient. After doing all the work, after putting everything in, after believing in that vision, and you do it all, be patient. Because, you know, you can put in everything, and ladies and gentlemen, things will still be slow. You can put in everything, and things will still be slow at a phase. You know, there are just certain phases of our lives where things just get slow. Things just get slow. And no matter what you try to do, sometimes we try to speed it up. Sometimes we think there's some magic wand we can just throw, and, you know, everything will just move faster. Yes, maybe yes. Maybe not. Because there are sometimes, no matter what you put in, it will just still look at you. Right? Sometimes patience means change strategy. Sometimes we move by staying in one place. Sometimes silence is progress. Sometimes, you know, just being on one spot is the right thing to do at that time. Is this making sense, guys? If it's making sense, type it makes sense. I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to communicate here. There are seasons in our lives where silence, patience, calming down is just what is needed for that season. Okay? So one of the things I do, and I mean what I'm saying every time I'm teaching you, is how I've built our businesses from nothing really to where we are going. Okay? I've had seasons, all I do is pray. I've had seasons, all I do is to plan and create the vision and communicate the vision. I've had seasons where I'm just looking at getting an idea that is needed globally. I've had seasons where all I'm doing is pursue. I'm talking to people. I'm organizing meetings. I'm having strategic sessions. I'm going to media houses. I'm talking to investors. I'm just doing everything I can just to save the deal. But I've also had seasons, ladies and gentlemen, where all I'm doing in that season is just watch. It's just do nothing. It's just watch. You know, just study what you've done so far. Try to look at the results you've gotten. Try to look at maybe you need to change your course. Maybe you need to change strategy. Maybe you need to put in more effort. But there are seasons where what you need at that point is just to be still. Okay? Just to be still, to review, to evaluate. And that's why, for those of us who are Christian, it talks in the Bible how God built the earth. Remember, it says God built, the world in 6 days, right? And he rested the seventh day. The question you and I is supposed to, we need to keep asking. He rested the seventh day. What does that mean? What does that mean? Okay? It meant, and the Bible says, and God created the universe, right? And then it says, all good. So he's looking at it, resting, analyzing, reviewing, and say, this is good. This is good. But the same God that rested after 6 days still went back to work to send his only begotten Son to save the world. So it meant that there was still more work God did afterwards. But there was a season after 6 days, and God rested. Okay? May God make you rest in the right season. Can I get an amen? May God make you rest in the right season. May you know how to rest in the right season. May you also be patient to rest in the right season. May you learn to know when to rest. May you learn when the right thing to do is patience. May you learn it. That there's times where all you need to do at this point is just wait. There's a song. It says, be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know, still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Okay? How many of you have enjoyed today's session? Come on, talk to me. How to build a global business empire. Okay? How the last point I'm going to teach you, and I'm done for the day, is get a mentor. Okay, everybody type it. Number 6, get a mentor. I can never emphasize the place of mentorship. Never. How many of you went to primary school and didn't have a teacher and you graduated? Even those who do homeschooling still had to get a teacher. Even those who did homeschooling. You can never go to school and not have a teacher. How many of you went to secondary school without a teacher? You graduated university without a professor to teach you. You always will need a mentor. It's the ultimate pathway to grow to success, in life and destiny. You must have a mentor. You must have somebody to hold you by the hand and to guide you. You must have somebody who is ahead, who has done more than you. And I've always emphasized, mentors don't mean they are older. My first business mentor was younger than I do. And even societally, status-wise, near where I was, but I needed to learn that aspect of life and business from him. And I had to go to his house. I would sit down, mentor, I'm here, please, my boss, give him all the respect just to learn. Now, so how do you then attract mentors? Number one, you can serve a mentor. You can serve a mentor. Apprenticeship is a critical thing. You can choose to do things for them and not charge them for it. These are how to attract mentors. Serve the mentor. Do things for the mentor without asking for pay. Number two, okay, you can pay the mentor. Go ahead and pay the person for what you need them to do. Just pay them, Hello, this is, I want to pay for your time. Let me book an hour session, $2,000. I have a mentor, I pay $50,000, for an hour session. Okay? So far, I spent over $200,000 with this particular mentor. $200,000 with this particular mentor. So, to pay. But the rule, never build a mentorship relationship with anyone and you don't pay them. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not right. Okay? You know how wealthy your mentor is. Make sure you are either paying them or you are serving them. Don't build a relationship with a mentor that is parasitic. It will not last. Don't build a relationship with a mentor and you are not giving the mentor anything. That's not how life is supposed to be. Okay? Make sure there's something going from you to the person. And this is how I've been able to build great mentorship relationships. Because when I pick somebody as a mentor, I make sure something is going from me to them. No matter how rich they are. I don't care how wealthy they are. I'm always making sure. Some of them will say, don't do it. I've said, no, sir. I want to do it. I choose to do it. Okay? It's a decision to do it. And I think that's how to live life. Don't use people without, a reward. The reward may not be equivalent to what they gave you, but at least show something. It's a way to show you appreciate their time and energy, their wisdom, and what they are giving you. One of my mentors shared a story with me how he lost some money. Okay? $200 million in business. And one of his friends called him and said, how are you doing? Hope you are hanging in there. So sorry for your loss. And he said, thank you. He said, send me your account. I'm sending you $10 million. Okay? And 1 month later, the same man called again and said, how far have you been able to sort the entire bill? He said, no. He says, okay, I'm sending you another $20 million to support what you're doing and for you to get out of this mess. So he said years later, he was out of the mess and decided to pay the man back the $30 million, but decided to pay with interest. And his friend said, no, I gave you that money. I don't need interest. I wasn't even sure you were going to give me back. But you can just refund it, but you don't need to put interest. He insisted. I said, no. You gave me $30 million without receipt, without contract, without agreements. The least I can do is to return that $30 million. The least I can do is to return the $30 million with some interest on it. That is how to attract great mentors. That's how to deal with mentors. Don't make it parasitic. Okay? Have we learned something today on how to build a global business empire? Okay? If you've learned, just type, I've learned something. I'm glad, I'm happy, I've picked a lesson. Remember, we share 6 points now on how to build a global empire. Point number 1, have a universally needed product and service. Who remembers? Point number 1, have a what? Universally needed products and services. Have a universally needed product and services. That's the point number one. Point number two, okay, have a global vision and communicate it with your team. Have a global vision and communicate the vision with your team effectively. A lot of time people have visions, but they just don't even know how to communicate the vision in a very effective manner. Great leaders are good communicators. They know how to communicate dreams and ideas. So learn how to communicate your vision. If you're building a global empire, communicate the vision to everybody involved. Huh? Number three, we talked about the need for you to pray. Okay? Spirituality is critical. And there's just nothing you and I can do about it. Right? This world requires the place of the Spirit. Okay? In building a great empire, you have to pray. Number four, pursuit. Okay? You have to invest in pursuing the vision. You have to pursue the vision. The vision isn't going to do itself, right? It isn't going to happen by itself. You have to invest in pursuit. You have to pursue the vision. Number five, you have to be patient. Okay? At some point, after pursuing and doing everything, just have to calm down and be patient and be still and watch things work. And then last but not the least, have a good mentor, right? Build a great mentorship relationship, and don't ever forget that for a good mentorship relationship to last, it must be win-win. Either you pay them or you serve them. If you don't do any of this, you won't go far. I love you all. And thank you for watching and listening. Please remember to share this with your friends, with your loved ones. We need this message to go far, right? I believe it's going to change a lot of people's life, and we need it to go real fast. So do the work of pushing this with as many people so they can learn, right? Push this content. My YouTube is Dr. S. Akintayo on YouTube, Dr. S. Akintayo. I have more and more of this beautiful content there. Go there and get the content. And I have a lot of my books on Amazon. You can go to Amazon.com and you can order amazing book. I've written over 40 books. And of course, you can send me DM if you're interested in investing in our US Katy project. I'm raising $45 million for that project. It's going to be over 400 housing units. It's going to be the largest green and smart home in America. So let's make it happen. I love you all. God bless you. Have a wonderful evening.